Okay, so somebody asked me to make a video recommending, I guess, tips and tricks on how to play lock screen. And as a challenger peak lock screen player, you know, I said, what the heck not? There's not much that I can help you, but I can try and help with saying, like, I guess, from like different roles, I guess, on how to play lock screen. So basically from the top lane perspective, like if you're, I guess, a laner, like if you don't proxy much, like the best thing that you can do is probably like look at the map at all, like a lot of the times. I probably look at the map every like 1 second or so just to track the enemy jungle, and not just the enemy jungle, but also like the support and the ADC and the mid laner. If I see the ADC like and the support has recalled, and let's say grubs are up and dragon isn't, there's a big chance that the support's gonna come top lane to try to set up a gank or help at grubs. And if you have the prio for the lane, you definitely want to move in first, to like set up vision right here, just to see if they're gonna like start it. But always, try to do that before, like 1 minute before the objective spawn. That way you have, prio and vision, and you don't have to move after. But, like, again, if you're playing like laning, you have to be careful during those objective timers. Because they might gank you when the objective is gonna spawn. If you're a proxy, then you do have to be a lot more careful. Because if, let's say, you're versing a TF or somebody that can, like, move a lot, like Talon and all of that, you have to track them. The same thing with, like, death timers. If your teammates ended up killing the bot lane and you're, like, farming over here, and it's, like, a 10-second until they respawn, chances are they're gonna go kill you. So you either have to, like, manage the wave, kill it, and then execute, or, like, manage the wave and probably like try to like kill the wave as fast as possible. And if it's like 5 seconds to like 6 seconds, I'd say rule, you're gonna have to like start your recall after. And I guess other than that, from a top laner's perspective, that's pretty much it. Always try to like wards like enemy jungle if you can, so that you can track them. Like if you have a good timer, like if you already clear both waves and then you're not a really proxy champ, you can come over here and then look to like gank the overextended mid laner if you can, or leave a ward on the enemy red just to see when they're top lane, so they're clearing and you know where they're gonna path to. Um, when it comes to like team fighting, it's a little bit more difficult, like because you don't have a lot of info unless you're like constantly looking at the map. If you're playing, let's say, obviously, every lane's played differently, but from a top lane point of view, like Singe, for example, he's an initiator, a fighter. He has to like start fight and try to like poison as many people as he can. Assuming, let's say, dragons up and they don't have assassins, and you have you will have to like set up vision. Let's say you're playing from this side of the map, right? Like your team is like hovering right here, and then the enemy is coming from this direction. You would have to like try to like set up a ward right here just to see where they're coming from. You need another ward right here so that see if they're coming from mid lane, see if they're coming from here. There's a chance they might come through behind you, so that's also possible. Most of the time that doesn't really happen unless it's an assassin. But if you see somebody that's very out of position, for example, let's say, so like let's say that's ADC or support, and then the other four are like right here, right here, right here, and right here. Okay, I can only put a few. Then Let's see. Can I level up? You will see him, he's out of position, so you can like put like W and then just ghost if you have to like flash or like flip him. Kill the out of position guy and then it becomes a 5v4, which helps your team a lot. And it can be quite useful for, you know, winning an objective and winning that fight. But from an ADC point of view, obviously you're gonna have to like be very behind, like you're gonna have to be very safe, gonna have to be playing very far back, especially if you don't if they have an assassin player, right? So like enemy teams right here, then you have your backline right there, and you see this guy out of position, you like W him. Hold up, let me auto refresh. Wait, what about mana? Okay, you see him out of position, you flip him, he gets to die, but this can also change if they have an assassin. If they have an assassin and like let's say they have Nocturne and everybody else, and you know obviously they're gonna be grouped right here. They're all together. They're playing together. You can like look for the out of position guy. You can still flip them, right? But they're gonna try to jump your ADC that's all the way back here if they have vision. Like if they have a ward right there, they're all gonna jump them. So you have to like flip them, but then you also have to like go all the way back to protect your ADC because he's gonna get jumped, sadly. But yeah, from an ADC point of view, like if you're playing like lock screen, obviously you know you gotta like, again it's the same thing. You have to like put vision. You know, can't get jumped, right? But I'm assuming that's different since it's like a 2v2. You know, you're like having prio and all of that can be like different. But what I do like to do as well, once you're like level 9, I like to buy Farsight. Buying Farsight is very helpful for getting information that you wouldn't really have otherwise, right? So like grab that, teleport. Like you can see, like boom, okay, I ward right there. I know they're doing red buff. I know where they're pathing to. You know where they're going. So having that information just from always looking at the map. Like I look at the map every 1 to 2 seconds. And that's pretty much it. So yeah. And that's how I play Luxray. You just have to like track the map, track the enemy jungler, track death timers, and try to be at objectives 1 minute before they spawn. Obviously that's a little bit difficult for a top laner unless you have like teleport. But for every other role, it's always going to be the same. So like 1 minute before it spawns, like you have to like start setting up vision, start setting up control, and then positioning is always very important. But yeah, like you see them like right there. Like we don't have vision, but since we're like playing lock screen, right? But then like you see how you can see them like rarely, like faintly on the map, right? And then you just boom. You get that guy. But yeah, those are my tips for playing lock screen as a challenger peak. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe and a comment if you have any other questions. Thank you very much.